successful. Now, you do need that two-way play, right? And here that, they want depth at the wings, depth at the front court, have two-way players. You're going to need that, especially when your backcourt is Kobe White, Josh Giddey. You're definitely going to need that when it comes down to it. But one of the things that he also said into this is that the Bulls are not hung up on position and will take best player available, right? And so, but the thing is, when you pair that with what he said earlier, right, is that fact that it comes down to who fits also stylistically and the way that they need to play, the style of players that they want, right? Because there could be a player that's best available on their board but doesn't fit the way that they play, right? So, while we were having these conversations over best player available or anything else, it seems like it's coming down to not just best player available, but the best player who fits in what they're trying to do right now. And so that kind of eliminates some guys, right? Like, I think that does eliminate a Colin Murray Boyles, for example, regardless of how you see him as, because the playing in pace is a question. The defense is really good there, but two-way play is a little bit of a question. Does that eliminate a guy like Derek Queen, right, who has some defensive limitations, of course, right? And even his switchability on the defensive side is a question there. And while his offense, he can play make, right? He can pass the ball pretty damn well. Half court offense is probably where he thrives at, but playing in that more fast style, does that kind of fit players like that, right? So, so often through the decisions that AK and Eversley have made, that while they've been here and running this team, it leads you to doubt what they're doing, right? And I've very often been like, I understand anybody who doubts what AK says, what AK does, until they actually see it come and be successful. I completely understand that. That is what we've seen from this front office, and I think this front office has earned that doubt of, you got to show me before I'm just going to believe it, AK. And that's fine. Can't knock any Bulls fans that do that. But I do think you also, with that, can start acknowledging how some things have changed. I do think that the Bulls picked a new style of play, and whether it was through Billy Donovan and his execution, Wes Unseld, Dan Craig coming on, AK drilling it to him over the offseason, is that they wanted to play. For 3 years, we talked about changing our shot profile. We actually changed our shot profile last year, right? So, in wanting to keep that going, and the Pacers are not a bad team to kind of duplicate the style that they play and the way that they've gone about building their roster, because they do have players that are two-way players.